Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video tutorial. This will be a continuation of the video that was published last week. Again, we would be dealing with the central cannon versus single horse defense, and another dubious move is examined in this opening system. So without further ado, let us begin. Central cannon, and black plays r9 plus 1, single horse defense, h8 plus 7, which is okay. r9 goes to 4, beyond reproach. h7, p7 plus 1 to develop this horse and also inhibit this horse. Black patrols the riverbank. Red plays p3 plus 1 for the double-headed snake pawns, such that both horses can be developed. And this would be the dubious move in this board. Now, why is it dubious? Trading pawns would seem to be a natural move to make, so to allow for development of this horse. Unfortunately, when you are playing the single horse defense, this horse is the only piece that is guarding the central pawn. So even after trading pawns, this horse cannot move, or the central cannon, red central cannon, will capture the central pawn for attack. So red would have realized his ambitions, and black would be also to trouble. Also, black, it's not a good idea to play p9 plus 1 because h3 plus 4 can be played. And although by playing this move, the black cannon will be attacking the chariot, but red can always play p9, p3 plus 1, and black will be in all sorts of trouble. Black will claim a huge initiative in the situation. So after trading material, there's always red will still be prepared to capture material, and development of the red pieces will be much superior to black's. So back to our dubious position, p3 plus 1. Two variations are enumerated. One would be p7 plus 1, the second would be h3 plus 4. Now, before we continue, p5 plus 1 cannot be played at this. It's not considered to be a good option at this point because black can always play c equals to 5 to counter since the central pawn had moved. So even though red would try to strengthen his central file, black would attack, and black would have the advantage because red would have to move his horse and thus lose the central pawn. So this is not a good move. p5 plus 1 is not a ideal option. So to variation A. Variation A, p7 plus 1 was played as red accepted the pawn sacrifice. Now it would appear to be the natural thing to do, but red again would have missed out on a great opportunity to further his initiative. So what should the second variation of h3 plus 4 will be much better. So with p7 plus 1, red would capture the pawn. Red will move the horse to the riverbank. Black consolidates his central file because he's not afraid of the horse capturing the central pawn. Because now this chariot can be developed as a kingside chariot, and for the time being, red central defense along the central file is very strong enough, and black has the threat of advancing this chariot over here to threaten both pieces. So red would have to defend in this manner, e7 plus 5, and black can play p9 plus 1. First of all, to prevent the cannon from moving away, and secondly, or perhaps even more importantly, would be to play h9 plus 8 to threaten the chariot, forcing the chariot to cross the river because there are not many good intersections for the chariot to move. So again, black would up his defenses, and although this would be a calm situation, but red would not have gained anything for his efforts in the opening. Variation B, h3 plus 4 would be the better move, as the red horse would advance to the riverbank and threaten the chariot immediately. So r4 equals to 6, and both horses would be pushed as red will be prepared to sacrifice this horse for attack. This would be like what the title suggested, a sudden clap of thunder. Red would accept, and red would now capture the central pawn, forcing black to retaliate in this manner. Now r6 minus 3 would not be an option, even though black tried to counter sacrifice material, because this would be a check, discovered check. And now the chariot will be activated. The other cannon would also jump into action. And red will have the offensive. It will have the obvious advantage at this point in time. So r6 equals to 3, whereby black would try to counter sacrifice a horse, would not be viable. But even so, after red in the main line, h3 plus 5, but red will capture it, sacrificing a horse to gain a headhunter cannon. And black would have to move the cannon, otherwise the chariot would be attacking. So red would have sacrificed the horse to allow a pawn to gain a pawn and also a headhunter cannon in this situation. He will have very bright prospects ahead. So in this board, although red sacrifices material to command a very clear lead in the game. Now, the reason for black's plight in this situation is that although one of the most important opening tenets in Xiangqi is to trade pawns to allow for development of the horse, black did so at the wrong possible time. He did not take into consideration that his central file was weak. So for this position, the recommended move would be a4 plus 5 to consolidate the central file. So now let us view this board from the eyes of black. Okay, central cannon, single horse. Again, the chariot crosses the palace. p7 plus 1, which is also far all okay. r4 plus 3. And variation A, p3 plus 1. Now, p9 plus 1 cannot be played. Otherwise, red can counter very brilliantly. Black would lose material. Variation A, p7 plus 1. r4 equals to 3. The horse is under attack. And red grabs the central file. But black will be able to up his defenses and command the important lines on the board. So black, although red has a slight advantage, black can be very satisfied with this situation. Variation B, h3 plus 4. The recommended powerful move for red, r4 plus 6. Sacrificing this horse to gain a headhunter cannon. And red will now be attacking very ferociously from the central file and everywhere. So red would have very bright prospects ahead, and black will be all sorts of trouble. So I hope you've enjoyed this very short video, but it exemplifies the importance of the correct timing for trading pawns, and also how attacking along the central file can win you the game. Thank you, and if you like the work that I've been doing, please do subscribe to my channel and give this video